Welcome back once again to the Waiheke Yoga Room. How's everybody holding up? We're in level 3 now, and I must say I'm still really enjoying the quietness of the island, and I hope you guys are having a good time as well. We're going to do a little bit of shoulder work to start this morning, and then we'll probably move into a little bit of flow, warm up our hips a bit. Let's just see how it goes. But what you're going to need is you're going to need your belt, or if you haven't got a belt, you're going to need a long scarf or necktie or something, and you're going to need your 2 blocks. And remember, if you haven't got blocks, you can use thick sturdy books, you can use wine bottles, whatever. It's once again just to put your hands onto or to hold around so that you've got a little bit of height to help your hamstrings. So I'm going to start off by sitting on one of my blocks. Now, if it's uncomfortable for you to sit in Virasana, use more height. The more height you use, the easier it gets. Otherwise, you can choose another way that's comfortable for you to sit for the shoulder work. Doesn't really matter, you could even be on a chair. I'm going to put the block between my heels. I'm making sure when I sit that my feet are going straight back behind me, that way. You don't want to be turning them out sideways and damaging your knees. Sitting comfortably and taking your strap. So if you have shoulder injuries and you can't do this, you can just use a strapless way of making big circles, and you can do it one arm at a time if you want to. But we're going to go both arms together, holding onto our straps. Take your arms fairly wide to begin with, and the one thing you've got to remember is hold your tummy in. So on an inhale, you're going to raise your arms up above your head, feel yourself lengthening up from hip to fingers, and as you exhale, just pulling the tummy in, and slowly, you can slide your hand a little bit if you need to go wide enough to get through that tight spot. You're trying to take it smoothly down behind you, and at the bottom of the breath, you're inhaling smoothly back up through that tight spot. And then this exhale is a little rest to soften the shoulders. And again, inhaling, feel the length. And as you exhale, tummy in, feel what's stretching, what's happening there. As you breathe in, arms raising up again. And as you breathe out, bringing them down. Let's add a little element to this. As I breathe in and reach up, I push down into the earth with my shins and my feet. So I feel that connection now to the earth. As I exhale, I relax that push, and I feel myself yielding down through my sitting bones into my block. So there's a little push as I breathe in. That push turns into a reach high up through the sky, and an exhale is a yield and a softening. We're going to do this 3 more times, so you might want to close your eyes to really go inside, feel what's happening. And exhale the arms back and down, feel the breath pour down through your body, down through your sit bones, down into the earth, and as the inhale comes, you push down and breathe that breath all the way up. And exhale it down. So the breath is moving down through the body on the exhale. On the inhale, you push down and the breath moves up. Exhale and yield. Inhale back to the top, and we're going to stop at the top here. Open your eyes again when you get to the top. And you may want to take your hands a little closer together. So to do that, I'm just going to wind my hands into my belt, one turn. So my hands are a little bit wider than my shoulders now. I'm keeping my tummy in. I'm breathing in and reaching up. I'm breathing out now and bending my elbows. And that's easy. Just have a little look with your eyes that your elbows are more or less shoulder height. You've got more or less a right angle there. And then take the elbows further back and press back through the wrists. Press back through the wrists and start to feel the whole front of the chest The more you push your elbows back, the more you'll feel your pecs on the side, armpit side area, and then back with the elbow, back with the wrists to deepen. And now take your attention into your shoulder blades. They will be squeezing together, but can you squeeze the bottom of your shoulder blades together? Can you strengthen the bottom of the trapezius? So the bottom of the shoulder blades squeezing into the spine. Keep pushing back through your arms and slowly, slowly start to straighten them. Don't let them pop forward unless it's hurting. If it's hurting, just back off. Otherwise, you're keeping the arms back nice and far until you've completely straightened them. Take a breath in here, pushing down through your feet. And as you exhale, draw your tummy in and take a little side bend. Draw your tummy in, little side bend. Feel the opening in the rib cage on the open side. We may be on different sides, so I won't say left and right. Inhaling, I'm going to push down through my feet and come to the middle. Exhaling, I'm going to pull back on my navel, yield through my feet and stretch the other side. Feel that nice opening, that stretching between the ribs. One more time, inhale up. Tummy in as you exhale to this first side again. Your head can just be comfortable, can turn any way it wants to. And flowing up as you breathe in. Other side as you breathe out. We're going to change this slightly. I'm going to breathe in, come back to the middle. And now, as I breathe out, I'm going to take one arm behind me. And as I'm taking my right arm behind me and bringing my left arm to my left ear. I'm keeping my tummy in and I'm pulling down with my back arm. So now I'm feeling the stretch more up the front of my rib cage, just on the left side. I'm also feeling my left armpit really opening up. And on my inhale, I'm floating to the middle. On my exhale, I'm going sideways and back with my left arm now, pulling it down. So my right arm is beside my right ear, as close as I can get it, and then pulling it behind me by pulling down with my left arm. Keeping my tummy in to keep my lower back safe. Feeling the stretch here. Relax into it a moment, enjoy it. And as you inhale back to the center, and exhale coming out of it. Bring the arms down. Let go of your strap and give your shoulders a couple of nice, big circles. Big and strong. And then change the direction of them other way. And bring your arms into a traffic cop position like we had the belt between our hands. We're going to go into Garudasana, our eagle pose. So on your inhale, you're going to take your elbows back, and I'll be back to front for you. I'll do it this, I'll say left when I mean right. So it's going to be your left arm on top as you exhale. Hopefully I'm being a mirror is what I'm saying. So if that's enough for you, you can stay there. In fact, if that's where you need to stay, you can grab your belt and hold it between your hands and walk your hands towards each other. Otherwise, you're bringing the backs of the hands past each other if you can, and bring your palms together. You're lifting your elbows up. It's difficult to see me. Lift your elbows up. Press your hands away from your face, and on your exhale, push your shoulders down. Pull that breath down through your body. I'm going to turn sideways as we do this, so you might be able to see me better. As I inhale, I let my elbows float up. Keep my hands away from my body, and as I exhale, push my shoulders down. Do that again, breathing in, coming up, letting the shoulders relax up slightly. And as you breathe out, push the shoulders down. On your next inhale, you're going to sweep your arms wide like a bird. Breathe in and sweep them wide. And as you exhale, take them behind your back and clasp one hand with the other, or interlink your fingers. And then roll your shoulders back, squeeze your elbows towards each other, and then slowly straighten your arms. Let's do the other side. On an inhale, we float the arms to traffic cop stop sign, and on the exhale, your right one on top. Start by relaxing. On your inhale, push down through your feet and float your elbows up, wrists away from your face. On your exhale, push your shoulders down, press them down away from your ears. On your inhale, they can relax up a little bit. And on your exhale, push them down. 2 more breaths. Breathe in, relax your shoulders. Breathe out, push them down. One more breath in, comes up the midline of the body, bring it up, lifts your heart, and the exhale falls down through the body and into the earth. The next inhale is going to be wide arms again like a bird, breathing in. And you're going to exhale your hands behind your back. Remember to change the interlink or the hand you're clasping. Elbows are bent. Lift your heart, roll your shoulders back, squeeze your elbows, and then straighten the arms if you can. And release. Good. Shoulders should feel a little bit warmer. So for our standing flow, I'm going to just move my mat back a little bit further, otherwise I don't think you'll be able to see the top of my head. Let me have a look. I'm just thinking, I'm going to show you quickly what we're going to do, and then we'll go through it together. So don't do it yet, just watch. I'm going to start with wide legs. We're going to start with our little breathing in, to the arms out to the sides, breathing out, bringing the palms into the heart, breathing in, taking the arms up, and as I breathe out and I take wide arms, I'm going to come forward and put my hands on my blocks, which are supposed to be under my shoulders, and they weren't. Then we're going to do a little bit of side to side lunging, just to warm up our inner thighs a little bit. So we'll go side to side a few times. We're then going to walk our blocks nice and far forward without leaning forward, keeping the weight in the heels. We're going to take a downward facing dog. Now with our blocks here, some of you may want to go to lower blocks. That's fine too. If you want to add a shoulder stretch at this point, we're going to interlink our fingers and draw our arms over our head. We're going to come back to our blocks. Bring them back under our shoulders, come back to our tabletop. And as we breathe in, we're going to come up with wide arms. And then we're going to go into our warrior two. We're going to go into our side angle stretch, down onto the knee, take the arm past the face into side angle. We're going to come back to warrior two. We're going to reach forward and come to triangle. We're going to come back to warrior two a third time and back to the middle. We'll go down in the middle into our down dog again and then come up and go to the other side. Alright, so I'm going to put my hands on my hips and just check with my eyes again as I step myself to wide. The distance between your 2 feet is more or less the length of one of your own legs. And just look down at your feet, see that your heels are slightly pushed away from each other. So the outer edges of your feet run parallel to the edges of your mat. Soften your knees for a moment. Just feel that bounciness as you soften your knees. And on your inhale, you're going to slowly push the legs to straight and draw the thighs up. Draw the kneecaps up. So as you breathe out, just feel yourself yielding down through your feet on the exhale, and on the inhale, that nice feeling of firming the legs, bringing that energy from the feet all the way out through the body. So soften again, we're going to breathe. As you inhale, slowly push the legs to straight and float the arms out nice and wide. On the exhale, bring the palms into the heart and slowly just soften the knees again. And as you do that, you'll feel your feet pushing into the floor. As we breathe in, we straighten the legs and we reach up through the arms. We take them apart, we widen them. And as we come down all the way, we're exhaling, we slightly bending the knees, softening the knees. Let's do that one more time to come down into our tabletop. Breathe in, lift your heart, push through your feet. Breathe out, soften your knees slightly. Feel your feet are heavy now. Bring that vitality as you breathe in by straightening the legs, reaching up. And this time, tummy in, exhaling. You can soften your knees if you need to bring your hands to your blocks. Tabletop. So remember, you're pushing your hips back and your heart forward at all times. Don't allow your back to round. Keep pushing back through the sitting bones and back through the shoulders. Legs straight if you can. Take a breathe in, and as you breathe out, bend your right leg. Come down into that side lunge. Feel the earth underneath that right foot and push into it as you come up, breathing in. And as you're breathing out, you're yielding through your left foot. You're feeling the heaviness, feeling the connection, and feel the stretch in the other leg, and then push to breathe in and come up. Yield as you exhale, keep your spine long. Feel that nice stretch. Push and inhale. Yield and exhale. Once more to either side, breathe in. And breathe out, go a little deeper this time, feel that stretchiness. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhaling to the center. Now if you've got tight hamstrings, you're going to want to bend your knees when you go into your downward facing dog here, because you don't want to round your back. So you might start with the bent knees anyway and walk your hands as far forward as you can reach with your blocks, either keeping them high or, if you're more flexible in the hamstrings, turning them lower. Before you straighten your legs, make sure you've pulled back through your pelvis. Drop your chest, ears between the arms, and then slowly, as you straighten your legs, feel what's going on in your back. If you feel any rounding of your back, you've gone a little too far, just bend the knees again. You want a nice long feeling of somebody pulling your pelvis back to the other side of the room. Your heart drawing forward towards your hands. And breathe. If you want to stay in this downward facing dog, or if you need to come back now to your tabletop, do that. If you want to do your shoulder stretch, inhale the arms out wide to the sides, and exhale, clasp them behind you, elbows bent. With the elbows bent, roll your shoulders back, squeeze your elbows towards each other, and then see if you can straighten your arms, just as we did sitting. And on the exhale, let your head drop down a little more, let your arms drop over your back. And breathe. Relax your neck, relax your jaw, work your legs strongly. Bend your knees and release your arms. Bring your blocks back under your shoulders, nice and high blocks, and make your tabletop again. When you come up, you don't want to come up by working your back too much. You want to come up by using your legs and your core So bend your knees, draw your tummy in, and as you inhale and come up, push your legs to straight. As you exhale, turn your right leg to 90 degrees and turn your back heel further away from you. So turn that back hip slightly in. That's for the sacroiliac joint not to get jammed. You want to keep that hip rolling slightly forward. Don't try and pull it back. I'm lifting from my pelvis all the way up through my heart. I'm focusing on my back leg now. And on my exhale, I'm going to bend my front knee into my warrior two and push strongly back into my back heel. Keep that back inner thigh lifting up. Keep the heart lifting up. And try to soften your shoulders but work your arms. Try and really hug the muscles to the bones on the arms without overdoing the shoulders. I'm going to reach forward into Parsvanasana by pushing back through my back heel. Push back and reach forward. Breathe in. Exhale, elbow to knee, back arm coming down to the floor, past your face like a clock, and into your side angle. Now you want length all the way through that side. You want to keep making sure that your bent knee is not moving toward the midline, it's moving away from the midline toward your baby toe. Back leg is strong, breathe in, and exhale back to warrior two, arm down, lift your body. And slowly straighten your front leg. Keep your hips moving backwards as you reach forwards. And an easy Trikonasana, don't go too deep. You want to keep that nice long line from tail through the heart, through the crown of the head. And you turn your organs around that internal axis. So you're trying to bring your right lung, your underside lung forward, your left lung back. And we're going to breathe back into warrior two. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, turn your toes in, bring your hands in. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, bend your knees if you need to bring your hands back onto your blocks. And you can either rest here or take yourself once again to your downward facing dog, just for 3 breaths. Soften your knees, and as you breathe in, push through the legs, straighten the legs and pull the hips back. And as you breathe out, relax your heart to the floor. Keep your navel lightly drawn back. Breathe in, push through your feet, pull your hips back. Breathe out, heart to the floor. One more breath in, push through the feet, lengthening the spine. Exhale, soften the mind. And then bring your blocks back under your shoulders again. We're going to go to the other side, so bend your knees slightly and as you inhale, wide arms like a bird. And exhale, turning the other way. Lean back, lean into your back leg, so that as you exhale into your lunge, there's not a whole lot of weight in that front leg. It feels quite comfortable. So I'm feeling like I'm being drawn backwards through my back arm and through my back leg. Somebody's pulling me backwards. Now that person lets go of my hand, but not of my leg, so that I can reach, breathing in. And relax, arms down, breathing out. And I just glide my way into my side angle. I try and lengthen it before I turn. This elbow on your knee is useful to push your knee back to the baby toe side. Now press your feet strongly away from each other. Push. Strong legs and exhale back to warrior two. Don't let your legs move at all. Inhale your torso up. And slowly exhale and start to straighten and reach over that leg. Triangle pose. Your head needs to be comfortable. Don't lift your chin. Keep your chin a little tucked. And if it's comfortable, you can turn your head. Otherwise, keep it looking straight ahead or down. Keep your tummy in. Lengthen the under rib cage. And we're going to inhale back up to warrior two. Tummy in. Inhale up. Exhale. Turn your toes in. Bring your hands in. Inhale the arms all the way up. And a final exhale back down to your blocks. And one more time into down dog, keeping the hands as high or as low as you like. Breathe in and breathe out. 2 more breaths. Lengthen the spine on the inhale. Soften the heart on the exhale. Final breath. Bring the hands back under the shoulders. Heel toe your feet closer together till they're more or less hip distance apart. Bending your knees as soon as you need to. And on an inhale, float up with wide arms, like a bird. Exhale, bring your palms to your heart, close your eyes, and just be there for a few breaths. Soft shoulders. Feel where the weight is in your feet and bring even amounts to the heels and the balls of the feet, to the inner feet and the outer feet. Imagine an energy gently traveling up the fronts of your thighs, up through the pelvis, through the heart, all the way into the crown of the head, and gently traveling down the back of your body. On the inhale, feel the upward energy, and on the exhale, feel the downward energy. Well, you might like to just finish your practice today by lying down and putting your legs up the wall, giving them a little rest, 5 or 10 minutes, completely relaxed, would be a great way to finish. And until next time, thank you so much once again for joining me. Namaste.